We want to turn now to a powerful message from a group of resilient survivors. A CDC report released this year says gun violence is the leading cause of death for teens. I sat down with several survivors of school shootings who opened up about their unimaginable trauma, hoping to prevent other families from that same grief.
The carefree lyrics of Katy Perry's Teenage Dream are the foundation for a powerful new PSA about gun violence that delivers this message. The teenage dream is not what it used to be.
Let's go all the way tonight. No regrets, just love. We can dance until we die. You and I will be young forever. You make me
feel like I'm living a teenage dream.
These aren't actors, they're survivors of school shootings across the country.
Let's run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. Don't ever look back.
Did those lyrics have an impact on you at all when you heard them?
Katy Perry obviously wrote that song with the intentions of being joyful and don't ever look back, but being a school shooting survivor and using it in that context, it's very almost scary.
It's haunting.
It's quite ironic. I think now this story that I've experienced, like my life, is becoming like less of a dream and more of a reality.
The survivors sharing how their experiences have permanently shaped their lives, both physically and emotionally.
I'm now physically handicapped. I have issues with mobility and getting around. I suffer from PTSD, depression, anxiety, insomnia.
AALAYAH, we see you in the PSA holding up a photo of your friend Nicholas, who died right next to you.
I'm only here because of Nick. Nick saved my life. His body saved my life.
How do you survive something like that at such a young age, to have lived through that unspeakable horror?
I share the experience of also having depression, PTSD, insomnia, while also struggling and dealing with survivor's guilt, which is the biggest hurdle to try and overcome in this process. Learning
how to be paralyzed isn't that easy. It's a lot more into it than you would believe. Even just sitting up, I had to learn how to do that.
The group behind the PSA is Sandy Hook Promise, co-founded by NICOLE HOCKLEY after 20 first graders, including her son Dylan, and 6 educators were murdered in Newtown, Connecticut.
I don't think people focus on what happens after a school shooting and how that impacts lives for decades, for the rest of your life, really. To speak to Nick and AALAYAH and Sam, I can't help but think about my own surviving son, as well as Dylan.
You mentioned your son Dylan. He would have been 15. You're with these other teenagers who would be around the same age as him. How painful and difficult is that for you to put yourself out there?
So that's a pain that's never going to go away. My son is forever 6. And I'm so grateful for all of those that survived and have the strength and fortitude to be able to share their stories to help save the lives of someone else.
Sharing their stories and hopefully making a difference, that is the point. You can see the full PSA on our website.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.